Hi, Salam Alaikum. Sulaiman Rahim here. Welcome. The breaker of the seven seals, the messenger of the covenant. This is also the fire zone. Sisters and brothers, we're going to talk about the demon Terminus. What is the demon Terminus? See, we talk about the demon Genesis that started 600 years ago. The purpose to destabilize the entire world, right? Incognito, undetected. See, that was Gog and Magog, the rulers, America and Britain, but all Europe. See, that was their technique. That was their technique. See, they went out stealing, killing, destroying. And that's exactly what they did when they broke out of Europe 500 years ago, or 500 years ago, after being locked in dark ages. That's what they call it. But 1,000 years, that's chapter 20. That's their history. And they created this race of demons, hybrid people, see, who would look like us, but really be them, be wolves in sheep clothing, the chaff sown among the wheat. One of the most powerful weapons they ever created. They was created by Dr. Yakub, but they in turn created these demons, and the most diabolical, powerful weapon ever created, because they was able to go around undetected. Right? They're a social cancer, because they was able to go around undetected, destroying everything, destabilizing the entire world. They was able to do that for 600 years undetected. No one even knew they existed. They said it would take Suleiman to come and expose them and dispose them. They're exactly cancer, because that's the way cancer operates. It disguises itself as a normal cell. So the antibodies looks at it and says, oh, that's okay, and leaves it alone, doesn't touch it. That's why it's so hard to get rid of it. And then it goes about destroying the healthy cells. That's exactly what demons do. And you didn't know what a demon was till I told you. Half devil, half man. Because they deceive you by telling you that it's skin tone. No, it's not skin tone. It's nature. The sperm is alive. You are the sperm. You are the sperm. You're not the egg. Your egg is living material, but you're not the egg. You're the sperm. The sperm's alive. The egg is not. You are the sperm, and sperm comes from the Father. So that's who you are. So one drop of black blood is not going to change that. You take and put an apple seed into the ground, desert, whatever, no matter what kind of ground. If it grows, it will grow up an apple tree. It may be a good apple tree, a bad one, a sour one, a bitter one, but it will still be an apple tree. That's basic science. That's basic mathematics. That's basic biology. That's basic genetics. Do not be deceived by that. And so we're going to talk about the demon Terminus because they're so deadly. And the chief demon, Louis Eugene Grounds, right? But in our backwards, that's FARRAKHAN. He's the chief demon. He's the first one that Suleiman had to destroy because they didn't know. Even in Masonry, they tell you only one could identify and destroy the demons and control and destroy the demons was Suleiman or Jesus. So they had a free reign for 600 years. But now they're being called out. They're all over the place. But they look like us. But their allegiance is to Massa. Because that's their nature. That's their nature. This is just their skin tone. Skin folk, not kinfolk. So, we have the chief demon, FARRAKHAN, give his so-called Savior's Day farewell speech with his normal historical babbling for hours on end, saying absolutely nothing, surrounded by ignorant, stupid syncopaths with their head up his ass, thinking this shit is honey. Eating and shitting, eating and drinking out of that bag they shits and piss in, thinking it's wine and honey. He's talked over 5 hours, saying absolutely nothing, rambling all about himself. And 99% of it was told lies because I was present. He says things like, well, the FBI took down the NOI. That's a lie. He and Wallace took down the NOI. They got rid of it, and they started something called the Brillians. See, he is live from one step to the other. He can get away with those other people because they have no idea of what the truth is. They have no idea what Elijah Muhammad's true teaching was, because he said he hasn't deviated from Elijah Muhammad's teaching. He hasn't deviated. He has never taught Elijah Muhammad's teachings. He's not even close. Elijah Muhammad said the whole purpose of Elijah Muhammad's mission and Master Muhammad come here is to take us back home. He says we're not going anywhere. See? He's a total liar. See? Everything he said was a damn lie. See? He's been pioneering this thing about he so respect women and everything, and he you know, I'm not going to his toilet habits, his personal life. I'm not going to go into that, except to say, because this is not personal. When he goes out there and says he can have all these wives, but no one else can, because he's special, and he admits that his first wife was against it, but he didn't care, and he wasn't married to any of them, so he wasn't really wise, were they? He was fornicating, see. But he's so in love with women. He protects women. You see. So I'm not speaking against how many wives he got and all that kind of stuff. That's personal stuff. I'm just saying the hypocrisy of it all. The hypocrisy of it all. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not getting this and then call it habits, his personal life. It's the hypocrisy of it all. Because he was this champion of women, right? And it turns out that he wasn't. That's not at all. That's not at all true. Because I heard rumors in the past. I didn't believe it because I don't go in people's personal life. I don't care. That's his personal business. They do what they want to do. He want to have a million wives. That's his business. That's their business, right? They're right. They're grown folks. That's what they want to do. That's between him and them. I'm not going to touch that one, except for the hypocrisy of it. Right? Because he's special, he can, but no one else couldn't do it. See? And then he claimed he was against Wallace. That's a total lie. He was with Wallace 100%. And he didn't leave Wallace. He didn't leave Wallace. Wallace throwed him to the curb. They used him. He thought he was going to get some of that money. And when they got everything, they got the cans and everything they wanted, they threw his ass to the curb. He had nothing. And when Jabril or whatever went and get him, he didn't come back because he read some book. He came back, he was destitute. He said he was destitute. He had no money. He tried to get back on the stage, and Master said, no, boy, no, you've been a bad boy. You've been saying things bad about Master. So he couldn't get back on the stage. He tried desperately to get back on the stage and shake his ass. That's the truth of the matter. When he couldn't do that, then Jabril, or whatever his name was, gave him a lifeline. Said, man, you can come back, and you could be the head of Nation of Islam. See? And you can suck their blood for the next whatever. Be the big guy. And that's what he did, because he had nothing else to go. He had nothing else going. And he's been sucking Nation of Islam blood for 40-some years. He hasn't produced a damn thing. He says he returned the NOI to his former glory. Has he? See, he could tell that to those people. I was there. This thing is not even, he couldn't shine Elijah Muhammad's shoes. He's not even close. He hasn't produced a damn thing. So he got that mosque over there, right? And he got the little school that's attached to the mosque. And he got his little salon restaurant, which if you've been there, it's a piece of shit. They got Mexicans running the place. The food is terrible, and it's in an alleyway somewhere you can hardly find it. He has some dudes that damn them. He got mosques and study groups all over the place. You might as well say study groups. He have very few mosques anywhere. He got study groups all over the place, and they indoctrination centers. If you ever been to one, because when you go there, they say it's a study group. No, it's not a study group. It's an indoctrination session. You go there, they take and they give you his writings, and everybody has to go around and recite what he wrote. It's not a study group. You don't go there and talk and have an opinion. No, I already been here. I know it. You have an opinion, they jump all over your ass. That's the truth of the matter. But see, the demons was to have a free reign, just like the chief demon, Legion, also the son of perdition, would have free reign for 600 years until Suleiman came and identified them, because they was undercover. They was chameleons, right? Nobody could detect them. They blended in. They looked like us. They walked like us, talked like us. They wasn't us. They was master in blackface. That's why they were so dangerous. See? When they used to call them house Negroes, you see them all over TV. If they on TV, they in the movies, all these different places, right? In politics, those are demons. They're in Master's house. They was never going to allow to feel Negroes in Master's house because he couldn't trust them. But he trusted demons because that was his children. He raped all these women. It's not just black women. He's got demons roaming all over the planet. But the black people are more plagued by anyone else because it's 50%. It says 17 million of us are plagued by 17 million of us are plagued by demons. The other 17 million of black people in America are demons. 17 million, that's half. There's possibly 34 million black people in America, and half of them are demons. See, that gets back to the lesson because Master Muhammad, see, they don't pay attention to those lessons, and they sure don't believe in those lessons. Because the lesson says devil's no good; they can't be redeemed, and they're going to be destroyed. And America going to be destroyed. But he's telling you we're not going anywhere, so we're going to stay here in a place, and we're going to stay on a boat that we know is going to sink. We're going to stay on a boat that we know is going to sink. That's what he's telling, because that's exactly what the Legion said when Jesus exposed them and disposed them. He says, please don't make me lead a country. I'm going to stay here with my swine daddies. And that's exactly what FARRAKHAN wants. See? Like I said, he babbled on for 5 hours. They had some kind of method tied to his chair or something. He was sitting down the whole time. And if you look closer, somehow they had him tied to that chair or something. Because he can barely walk, but he's going up yonder. Yonder? Where's yonder? See, that's his typical bullshit. Watch the weather. Generalization. But he says a prophet. But the generalization, there's going to be a war. See, watch the weather. You see. Because that's his prophecies. Generalizations. See. It's going to be a storm in Chicago one day. See. So he made a generalization that this war, right? There's going to be a war in Europe. So in other words, this war. See, because he's a reporter. See, this war has been going on several days. He never mentioned before, a year before, months. He never said there's a war going to take place in Europe. He never mentioned it. But suddenly now, just like with COVID, right? He took and he didn't say anything. He didn't see it coming. 1619 to 2019. That's Elijah Muhammad's teaching. That's the 400-year Abrahamic covenant, right? And it says after that, God will give a plague that will kill the firstborn, which was the elderly, and that it passed over us. That's exactly what happened. It came right on time. 2020 was killing the firstborn, the elderly, and it wasn't killing black people. See, that's why they killed the president of Haiti, because he wasn't going to accept that BS shots and stuff, because he said we're not being affected. The same thing in Africa. They got rid of some African kings, presidents, because they were exposing that black folks wasn't being affected in Africa. And the World Health Organization, well, that's WHO, they admitted that Africa was virtually not affected by this virus, and they couldn't understand it. And then right after that, then they come and say, South Africa's really hit. And that's most of the white folks in South Africa. You see? They say, this new one, right, came out of South Africa. Africa's virtually unaffected by this virus. They can't say they can't understand it. But that's exactly what the prophecy says. Farrakhan never saw any of that coming. But he says he's, and then he lied about it. When he got busted, he said, "Oh no, it don't work like that. We came up in 1555, and 40 years from now, which would be 1955. And so that if there was going to be a virus, it should have been in 1956. That's a damn lie. Because Elijah Muhammad said we came in 1555, but the slavery didn't start until 1619. It took 64 years to prepare us for the first Negroes to come offline. It took 64 years to produce them. And the Abraham covenant says we've been enslaved for 400 years. And then we will return home, right? And it gave a description of where home is. It says it's bordered between Ethiopia and the River Euphrates, which is Arabia. You see? But the demons, their job is to deceive us because, see, the Caucasian, they did, whenever they went, they saw black people. Most of the black people they saw was as dark as me or darker, with nappy hair, from Hawaii to so-called America here, all the way to South America. That's what they saw. And they didn't understand us. And the people was afraid of them. You see, when they went to Africa, they thought white folks had what they call a leprosy, because they never seen white people before. They thought they was lepers, because leprosy typically turns you white, or you have no color at all. So they had to come up with these demons. They raped the women, and so because they knew. Look, this was something that you don't have to be in 2022 to understand. You had to be in 1915 to understand. You had to be in 1999 to understand, right? They understood this all the way back as far as you can go in history, that this man carries the seed and you are what your father is. That's biblical, that's scientific, that's genetic, that's biological. But somehow all that disappeared 500 years ago. See? Because they went from nature to skin tone. From nature to skin tone. Specifically here in America, from nature to skin tone. In other words, your skin tone determined who you was, which is a damn lie. It's your nature who determines, because the egg is not alive. The egg is only living material that the sperm, that's the living thing that's alive, that takes that living material and uses it to develop itself. The egg is not alive. That's absolutely true. So the egg does not determine who you are. It affects your personality and different things like that, because there's those external things. But your nature, it does not change your nature. It cannot change your nature. You put an apple seed in the ground, and no matter what ground you put on the planet Earth, it's still turn apple tree. It's not going to turn some other kind of tree. And that's known all the way in antiquity. You go back thousands, 10,000, 100. Everybody always knew that. The Bible tells you that. The line, they trace the line back from the father, not from the mother. The Jews went into that mother thing, right? Because they was being raped, the women was being raped by the Romans, and they couldn't tell whether the child was Jewish or not. So they said, well, because they couldn't tell who the father was, because the young Romans were raping them. So they said, okay, we're going to go on the women's standard, because we know if a Jewish woman had it, then he's a Jew. They went on the women's standard. But everybody else was on the man's standard. And like I said, they did that, to counter the raping that was being experienced from the Romans when the Romans were under control of them. It's back in 2,000 years ago. So they still held that standard today. But it's only a standard, but it's not a real standard. See? I mean, just common sense will tell you. Common sense itself will tell you, right? That the sperm is alive, that you are what your father is. That means when they was raping our women relentlessly, unrestrained for 400 years, right? They produced all these demons that was their seed, right? Their black-faced seed, tar babies. That was that people that was their allegiance was to them. See, they could work in a house. See, they was house Negroes. See, because they could trust them. The only issue they had with Massa was they wanted to be treated like other Massa's children. That's the only issue they had with Massa. But they hated you, and you was used as an example. You was used as a role model. Oh, if you work hard in the field, one day you can be like them. You can be like Oprah. You can be like Denzel. You can be like Martin Lawrence. You can be like King James. You can be like LeBron. You see? You can be like Magic. See, you can be like Jay-Z. You ain't gonna never be like any of them. See? Because if you stand up and demonstrate your true nature, they slap you down. Your ass end up in jail. Because you under their law, their natural law, which is against our nature. So most of our people are in prison right now. You see. And so there's a diabolical weapon that they use, right? A diabolical weapon that they use, right? And it's been going on for probably 600 years. It's just like South America. You saw those light people down in South America, and most of them are demons. Because when the Spanish came over, right, they didn't bring their women. They was raping those people was dark-skinned people. They was dark-skinned people when the Spanish came over here. Now you see most of them are light-skinned. At least the ones they show you. Because it's the same thing. You know, you go around the world, you've got dark Japanese, you got dark Chinese, you got dark, and you got dark Hawaii. They don't show you those people. They make you think everybody's light. They don't show this. I've been to Hawaii. You can Google it. The original people of Hawaii, the prince and everything, they were dark-skinned people with nappy hair. You see? I'm not so all of them that black dark people had nappy hair. Because you got Somalians and Ethiopians, but they were still dark-skinned people. So they went on to method say skin tone, you see, that's to deceive you, because now you would accept these demons undetected. Master knew who they were. You would accept them undetected. And you accept them around you because that's the whole idea. Because that's the whole idea that wolves in sheep clothing that they would promote that idea. Tone, skin tone. Because they look like sheep. While they're eating the damn wolf, while they're eating the sheep. The wolves eating the sheep, but they covered with lambskin. So they tell you, oh no, it's about tone, skin tone. It's about your appearance, not about your nature. And they've been getting away with this for 600 years until Suleiman came along and exposed them, and now he's about to dispose them. That's called demon terminus. I talked about demon genesis, now demon terminus. And the first demon to go down would be Louis Eugene Ground. It tells you that he's the first one. Because when Suleiman come on the scene, you had a division in the Nation of Islam. He admitted it. He said they're plotting against him to just kill him in the Nation of Islam. He admitted in his rambling. I've been saying it for weeks, for months, that there's a division in the Nation of Islam because he's going to be taken down from within. See, as thrones cast down in Daniel, and then Ancient of Days set that Suleiman, well, he claimed he's Suleiman now, but if I recall, Suleiman had like lamb's wool and bronze colored feet, which that FARRAKHAN has neither. See, so he claims, I mean, he's everybody from Alice in Wonderland, right, to Cinderella. I mean, he's everybody. Every time I look around, he's somebody new, except who he really is. He's Aaron. He's the son of perdition. He's a liar. He lied about everything. And then he talks about liars. He's a liar. I was present. I'm a witness. I'm not taking anybody's word for it. I was present there in Chicago. I wasn't present in the Nation of Islam only. I was present right there in Chicago. My wife at the time knew Elijah Muhammad personally because she ran this MGT dress shop. See, I ran security for the messenger. I know firsthand that FARRAKHAN's a damn liar. The things he said happened did not happen. See, but that fool ventured off into, see, he really stuck his foot in his ass because he ventured off to making a prophetic statement. He stays away from that. He stayed in generalities, like watch the weather. But he went a little specific here. And the reason why he did it because he's been watching CNN because everybody thinks that this war with Russia, everybody's nervous. And this is the beginning of World War II, World War III. See, they think this is the beginning of Armageddon. No, it's not. This war is not going to spread. The war with Russia and Ukraine is not going to spread anywhere. It's going to peter out after a while, right? Not too much longer, right? But it's not going to spread. So he stuck his foot in his ass because I'm gonna make sure everybody understands, because he says he's a prophet, because he reports things. See, after it happens, or when he thinks it, when he's pretty sure that's the way it's going to happen. After, it's so clear to everybody. It's like he didn't say anything about COVID. He missed that because he missed. I mean, he should have seen that, right? 1619 to 2019, a plague in 2020 would kill the firstborn. He should have seen, but he didn't. He ran to that at 22,020 miles an hour, that brick wall, just like Silas and all the rest of them did. They should have. That's an easy prediction. See, he missed that. They should have seen it. You see. So, and then in February, right, of 2020, his so-called Savior's Day, he didn't even mention it. The plague was raging for almost 2 months, and he never even mentioned it. Not one time. He talking about Kobe and all this BS. He never even came close to mention it at all. And then he wasted 7 months to July 4th, and then also he knows all about it. That's his way. That's what, because it's clear. Once it's clear what's going to happen, all of a sudden he knows all about it. Then and that's the same thing here, because it looks clear that this thing with Russia, everybody's ganging up on Russia, that this war is going to spread. It's going to turn out to a bigger war in Europe. So it seems everybody's keep insinuating that's what's going to happen. So he jumped on that one because that's like that's a fair bet. So he stuck his foot way up his ass because that's not what's going to happen. This war is not going to spread. It's not going to spread into a European war, not against Ukraine. And I'm gonna make sure everybody understands, because he's going down. His foot is in the grave right now. He's going yonder. He's going yonder, all right. And this is year. This year of his destruction, and all the demons with him. Because first he's going to be taken down. All the demons will follow behind. You see, because that's who was with him yesterday. You understand? All the sycophants, right? Lying sycophant demons and vipers, right? Ignorant, stupid. But they have no choice, the demons, because what's they going to do? We don't want them. See? So he made the prediction, see, which is totally wrong. That's not going to happen. It's not going to spread. It's going to die out in a few days, right? And then the war that's going to trigger Armageddon is the war in the Middle East. See, I'm not going into details here, but the thing is that I think this is my personal opinion. It's not prophecy, but I think this war in Russia is a distraction, right? Because they're getting ready to attack Iran, and they want to minimize Russian interference. See, because they figure that that Russia is going to support Iran if they go to war with Iran. See, if false Israel go to war with Iran, they figure Russia is going to interfere in that on the side of Iran. So they want to distract Russia, right, with this Ukraine thing, because they're the ones pushing it. They could have stopped it anytime. That was totally unnecessary, this war over there. And America said they're not going to get in that battle, but they're the one that's instigating it. They're the one instigating this whole damn thing. You understand? And they still instigating it, but they're not going to put troops in. They're not going to fight themselves. They left the Ukrainians holding the bag. They set this thing up. They push it. Hey man, it's like, I got your back, man. Get in there. Get in that ring and fight, man. And as soon as you get there, man, they disappear. They badge you stuck in there getting your ass whooped. That's pretty much what's happening there. So you say, what the hell? Why are they doing that? Because now Russia's distracted with that. And so now they can move in, because they're going to hit Iran any day now. They already said that they telling you they're going to hit Iran any day now. They're doing drills. They're doing military drills, right? They allocated money specifically to hit Iran. They're telling you. But now all of a sudden, that's off the radar, right? You don't hear anything about Iran anymore, do you? In the Middle East. So wouldn't that be a nice sneak? But everybody's paying attention over here. That's a magician, right? He got you pay attention over here while he's really deceiving your ass over here. See, the old flim-flam. So now they got your focus over there on the Russia over there, and your Ukraine, while they setting up for the attack over against Iran. And the main one that they're worried about is in Russia. He's distracted over here with this thing with Iran. See? So in my mind, that's just a strategy, because this thing in Ukraine makes no sense. But it wasn't Russia that was pushing it. It was America pushing it. Even the president was telling, why don't you cool down? He was telling Biden, why don't you cool down over there? You see? So that's just my opinion. But they're going to war with over in the Middle East any day now. See? And then when they're going to lose that war. That's the abomination of desolation. And then FARRAKHAN mentioned that the abomination of desolation, that means hatred. We say Elijah Muhammad told him that. I don't know if Elijah Muhammad told him that or not. You can't believe anything this lie says. He says Elijah Muhammad told him, no, don't talk about devils. Don't call devils anymore. See? Anyway, it's wrong. Abomination of desolation is not about hatred. In other words, what they say, when you see it, flee. So in other words, when you see hatred, flee. Does that make any sense to you? If that's the case, we should have fled 40 years ago. No, abomination of desolation, right? It doesn't mean that. See, because they got to see, the thing is, brothers and sisters, you may not be paying attention to what they're saying here, but they are paying attention. And they always kind of counter what I'm saying, because this truth is they have a hard time dealing with it, because they can't come with any facts. Somebody say, hey man, what he said Abraham would come and said, we're going somewhere. What'd you say, Farrakhan? Oh man, see, we ain't going nowhere. Well, then you call the God a liar, you call Master Muhammad a liar, you call Elijah Muhammad a liar, because that was his entire mission, the prayers to go home. Master Muhammad says, we will not return until we have thorough knowledge of ourselves. Right? Elijah Muhammad said we'd be fools to want to stay here in the land by imprisonment. Farrakhan said we ain't going anywhere. And so when they hear this, because see, they blocking this, because this tells you the truth. See, this is a no bullshit zone. See, stop the bullshit. Stop the bullshit. See, we don't break. See, we stop the bullshit here. We just tell you the facts, and you can do. We're not trying to convince you of anything. We tell you the facts, and then you have to decide what you want to do. Because we're not going to convince you of anything. See, we're not like I'm not Elijah Muhammad. Elijah Muhammad had a job to do. I'm not knocking him. He had a job to do, but he had to push the car around. And when he stopped pushing, the car stopped moving. That's why as soon as he departed, the whole Nation of Islam, it had no leadership. It just fell apart. See? Oh, you said, I thought you said, wow, they did tear it down. They did tear it down because they tore it down because when in other words, put it this way, the followers, they fell, they fell away. The followers of Muhammad, they fell away. But the nation, the infrastructure, the business, and all that kind of stuff, Farrakhan liquidated all that stuff. They just tore it all down. The government had nothing to do with it whatsoever. You better read this thing. The COINTEL, it's on their site. I already did a presentation a day or so about it. They gave him everything they wanted. They gave Farrakhan everything they wanted because he's working for them. See, so we talk about demon Terminus. That means they're in. We talk about their Genesis. Now we're in, and their end is this year. In a few more days, where Farrakhan will be the first one to take out, and then all the demons with him. He claims he's Peter. You better read that scripture again. You better read that scripture about Peter again. Oh, well, he's Peter. Yeah, he is Peter. See, because he said he denied the messenger 3 times before, whatever. But he denied it more than that because he was bad mouthing the messenger. He was bad mouthing the Master Muhammad. I was there, but not only that, we have tapes proving it. We got tapes proving that he didn't believe in them, right? And he said he was against Wallace. He was. Now we got tapes him agreeing with Wallace 100%. He's Wallace's minister. He's just a big liar. You see? He was bad mouthing the messenger big time. He's just a big liar. See? So, brothers and sisters, he's true. It says, the son of perdition, who the Lord would destroy, who the Lord consumed with the spirit of his mouth. That means revealing them, exposing them, because they was hidden for 600 years. And Destroy him with the brightness of his coming. That's happening. The first part is already happening because I'm destroying, I'm consuming him and telling the truth. Because you never heard anybody tell truth like this. Expose him like I'm exposing him. See, everybody's trying to expose him on personal reasons and everything else. I'm just telling the truth about him. And it's eating them up. And they paying attention. They listen to this even though you don't. See, because every week, if you listen to my subject matter during the week, they always respond to it on the weekend with their version of it, trying to cover it up, trying to explain something else like this abomination of desolation. Too much, it's hatred. See, so they have to be taken out first because that's what's plaguing our people. These demons going around undetected. Well, they're not undetected anymore. They're not some spiritual beings running around. No. You didn't recognize them. They was invisible because you just didn't know who they were, like undercover agents. Now you know. Now you can decide whether you want to keep being plagued by them or you want to step up and, be free of them because it says know the truth and the truth will make you free. So if you're plagued by demons now after hearing this truth, then that's your fault. Because some of us married to them, sleeping next to them, right? And they're in our family, right? They're our so-called friends and everything. See, but they don't really care about you because they're part with Master. And you listen to them. If you listen to them carefully, they always we always mean we. Like come on, oh man, when they talk about America and everything, talking about we, man, we gonna knock out we. See, they love America. They salute the flag. They love Master. You say anything about Master, they don't want to hear it. See, because they are Massa. They're Massa in black skin. And if you're deceived by them and you're plagued by them and you were used and tripped up by them, that's your fault. Because I always told you to identify them. Oh man, you're so divisive. You're a hater. See? Who's talking? That's demons talking. That would be that wolf. He'd be talking to the other lambs. Because the lambs identify, hey man, you a wolf. You got sheep clothing, you a wolf. Oh man, you a hater. See, they want to shut you up because they don't want you but to be exposed who they really are. Because they're having a good time eating the sheep, sneaking around sheep, eating the sheep undetected. And the sheep missing. What happened? What happened to that sheep? We don't know, man. We just saw the sheep ate up. See? And the wolf just smiling because he know who he is. You see all this stuff going on in Chicago, all that killing and stuff. Those are demons. Original people don't act like that. They just don't act like that. See, the scriptures tell you the nature of the demons, how they act, and nature. It said they call them of the flesh. See, and the original people, how they act. They say they call them of the spirit. He said if you're the spirit, right, then you're about love and compassion and helping and sympathy and justice and freedom and things like that. But if you are the flesh, you're about killing, murder, lying, stealing. See, tell you there's two natures out there. See? And all the hell we've been through, and we're still forgiving. We're still merciful. Some of them still trying to love on Master. Not saying it's nature, but he'll be all right, man. He's still trying to forgive him and carry on. That's why the God has to intervene. That's why the high priest had to intervene. You understand? Because if it was up to our people, the devils we brought right into hereafter with their confusion and destruction. Because our people will be forgiven. Oh, we forgive them because we're forgiving people by nature. They're not. So I hope you understand, brothers and sisters, what we're talking about. Demon Terminus. And this is happening. This will happen before your eyes. This will be unfolding in a few days. Because his end will come when the war breaks out in the Middle East. See, because he didn't see that one. See, he think this war with Russia is Armageddon. No, because they're not at war with Russia. Russia is at war with Ukraine. It's not war with Europe. You're helping. America is helping, but they're not at war with them. See, so he think, oh yeah, well, he thinks that's a safe bet. See, but he got his foot up his ass, and I want him to keep on sticking it deeper and deeper and deeper. See, and all the sycophants, they got their head up his ass, so they can smell it. That must be a great view and a great smell, because they going down with him. See, he's a lightning rod for all the demons, all the vipers. See, that's the way it works. Do you understand how we work? We're very wise people. And it says Aaron had free reign for 40-some years, right? See? And at the end, he drew all of the demons and everything to him. See? So we didn't have to go find them, because they didn't want to surround him, because he got them all in the temple. And that gets back to Peter. See? Because Peter, he denied him, but he said, on this rock I'll build my church, see? And the gates of hell will not prevail. See, and you just look at it and see, you don't pay attention to these verses. Analyze that verse. Analyze the verse. Analyze the verse. The gates of hell will not prevail against him, against his church. The gates of hell will not. Now, what's the subject matter there? You got the church, and you got the gates of hell. So if you got the gates, that means on the other side of the gates would be hell. That would be the devils and demons would be in there, right? Because the gates are designed to keep them in, not to keep people out. It's to keep the devils and demons in. That's the gates of hell. It's designed to keep them in. Now you got the gates of hell between the church and hell. But it says the gates of hell would not prevail. Now what does that mean? When something doesn't prevail, what does that mean? It means it failed. That means under Peter, the gates of hell would fail, and all the demons and devils would run into the church. He would fill the church with demons. You better read this stuff, brothers and sisters. I mean, really read it. Don't just glance over it. Understand it. See, because it sounds like it's saying one thing when it's saying something totally different altogether. It's saying that Peter's going to fill the church up with demons. And that's exactly what he's doing. That's what it says in Mark. It says, my name is Legion, and we are many. And they had been plaguing the man. They was sucking the man's blood. They had the man beating against himself. Because that's what happened. They got black folks turning against themselves and hating themselves, original people, because the demons around, and those demons, they think those are black people, so now they hating on black people, man, hating on themselves, because they think that's themselves. I don't even mess around with demons. I don't be around those damn niggas. I don't be around them people. And I said, well, ain't you? See, because they hate for they act like what they're saying is they don't be around devils, but they don't realize devils are devils. They look just like them. They start hating on themselves. That's the diabolical power of demons, because they have hate on yourself, and then they make you laugh all over the world, because they're the ones sitting around here having women walking around naked with their ass as big as the moon, shaking like jelly, and that shit goes all over the world. And that's the way they see us. You know, we see blacks as dope dealers and fools and comedians and stupid. You know, they can't take you serious, and plus you walk around with masters' names. So the whole world don't take you serious, because that's the demons doing it, but they think it's you because they look just like you. That's the problem. That's why Jesus had to get rid of them damn demons. The first battle was to get rid of those demons, and that's in the process happening right now. God said he would consume him with the spirit of his mouth and destroy him with the brands that are coming. So right now, oh man, why you keep hard on FARRAKHAN? You more hard on FARRAKHAN, you hard on the devils. You know, why you keep hitting on FARRAKHAN? Because he's a damn demon. His father's a devil. We had a picture of his father, Percival Clark. He was raped by his father. He was raped by his father. His mother tried to abort him 3 times. That's what it said, demon terminus. It's time for that end. Their 600-year reign is over. Now they've been exposed, and now they're about to be disposed. And chief demon is the first one. See, he's talking about, oh man, this war is going to spread in Europe. And when it spread, right, then they're going to have to the FBI going to come and get him and lock him up. See, because he's the man, you know, he's talking all this positive, you know, he got the balls. See, he's there for black people. So they're going to have to lock him up, and then they're going to crucify him. And then they're going up yonder. He don't actually say that we're up yonder. When the hell is up yonder? See, they're setting this up because he's dying. I mean, if he wasn't dying, why are they saying his last public appearance? Why are they saying that? I mean, are we totally stupid? See, well, I ain't dying. Then why they say it's your last public appearance forever? So what's up? What are you gonna be doing? Playing golf somewhere or something? You just gonna stay away from the crowd? Why are they doing that? See, he just rambled for 5 hours. See, because they know he's dying. See, he know he's not gonna make it. He don't think he's gonna make it to the next so-called Savior's Day. And so he said, well, you're going to be, they're going to lock him up, and then they're going to, that's bullshit. It's not going to happen that way. So I told him, hey, keep on prophesying. That's the only time I got interested in what he was saying. I said, keep on prophesying, because you're sticking your foot deep up in your ass, because it ain't going to happen like that. See, because you think this war is going to spread in you. That's what he said, it's going to spread. See, and America's going down, then Russia's going down, and this and that. It ain't going to happen that way. America is going down. See. But it's not happening the way he just said it. It's not even close. Because the war is going to break out in the Middle East first. And America and Britain is going to be taken down and leave false Israel exposed. And that's not supposed to happen because they've been stealing our identity for 73 years. It's the identity theft, pretending they're us. That's how they got rich, pretending they're us. They would set up the counter Elijah Muhammad's statement that we're the true seed of Abraham. See? And the whole idea, if you read the covenant, brothers and sisters, most of you don't know what the covenant of Abraham is. You better pick it up and read it. It's in the Old Testament and New Testament. The covenant of Abraham. See, Abrahamic covenant. See, it should say Abram covenant because that's a powerful thing about his name being changed from Abram to Abraham. I'm not going to go into that here. But the thing is that, right, you read that. And most people don't know anything about that. And they don't want you to know about that. And the demon's purpose is to keep you from knowing anything about it. You see. But the whole idea was we return. He's saying we ain't going anywhere, which is a lie. So he's calling Elijah Muhammad a liar. He's calling Master Muhammad a liar. He's calling God, he's calling everybody a liar. But it's not going anywhere. Yet the America's going to be destroyed. See. So, brothers and sisters, I hope you understand what I'm trying to explain to you. Like I said, we need to stop the bullshit. Everything I said to you is just factual, easy check. We don't make up stuff here. We just give you the facts. And we're not trying to convince you of anything. We just give you the facts. You decide what you want to do with them. So if you want to keep on with the bullshit, then go keep on with the bullshit. You want to keep your head up, say Farrakhan's ass, then keep your head up Farrakhan's ass. You like the view, fine. That's your business. But he's through. He's through. He's going yonder. Where is that at? But he's coming back though. See. Now, first of all, he ain't coming back. He may be going someplace. Ain't no up yonder, but he going someplace. See, but it's not gonna be pretty, and he's not gonna get out of here that easy. Just die. You better read Balaam. He got punished. He got punished 3 times. He got punished 3 times. The first was disembowelment. The second would be universal humiliation. Because he's been lying. He's doing all this. He took down the Jews. He took down the Pope. He took down the scholars, and he ain't done a damn thing. He's a damn liar. He took down anybody. He hadn't produced a damn thing. And now he rambled 5 hours, didn't say a damn thing about anything, except a foot in his ass when he talked about when he decided to give his little prophecy about the war in Europe. And that was it. A total sleep joint. If you need sleeping pills, that was it. See? So in a few more days, you're going to see the real reality. And he's going down hard. He's going to be universally humiliated. So look at my prophecy and compare my prophecy to his in a few days. See if his prophecy turns out or mine turns out. Because I've been talking about this for 30 years. I've been talking about the tensions between America and Britain. I mean, between America and Russia, between Britain and the UE, right? The Brexit. Talking about 30-some years. So now we're here. The demon Genesis, now demon Terminus. We're about to terminate them. Okay. Then that's when our nation will be born. All hell is about to break loose, brothers and sisters. And America is not going to war over Ukraine. So I've said it. He's saying the opposite. So we'll see who's right and who's wrong. See, I'm not going to hide what I said. I'm not going to kill my archives. See, they tell me I got hundreds of tapes out there, hundreds of presentations on YouTube. See, but I got other channels they're not aware of. See, that's what they say. You know, and I'm not getting rid of any of them because I've been consistent for 30 years, 30 plus years. Hope you understand, brothers and sisters. Hope you understand. Demon Terminus. Like I said, he spent almost 5 hours or 5 hours saying absolutely nothing, just rambling about himself, about his wives. See, I heard rumors, but I said I don't go in people's personal business. I don't want to know about their toilet habits. And much as I was waiting to see his destruction, I'm not going to go in and get into his personal business like that. And I'm going to his toilet habits. But I heard the rumors, and people come and tell me. I said, hey, I don't want to hear that. First of all, can you prove it? I heard the rumors, right? But I didn't believe it because I don't, you know, if you can't, I don't believe unless you can prove it. You understand? And then in that case, I don't really want to hear it anyway because that's his personal business. And then he actually admits it. He actually admitted it. See, but he's going to be exposed as. I already exposed him. If you look at that, what do you call it, COINTEL program, he gave them everything they wanted. He's working for them. He's under control by them, and that's going to be exposed in a few more days. He was working with the FBI and the government all the damn time, undermining everything Elijah Muhammad taught, undermining the nation, undermining the separation. Go and read the document. He gave them everything that they wanted. No more race hatred. No more calling devils. Right? No more separation. We ain't going nowhere. Right? See? No more. See, in other words, Scientology now no more nation development. Right? Building a nation. No, self-improvement now. Scientology and Sunnism. That's exactly what they wanted, and that's exactly what he gave them. I don't know why he even called it a Nation of Islam anymore, because it's not a nation. It's not a nation. A nation is independent. They're building their own, like Elijah Muhammad was doing. That's not what FARRAKHAN's doing. And plus, he wants to bring the enemy into the NOI. He says it. And he got white folks and demons walking around with FY uniforms and MGT uniforms. Yeah, that Mexican up there, he's a demon. I told you the most light-skinned ones that was Ishmael's pot smoking buddy. He missed it when they was in Mexico. So they brought him up here and they put an FY uniform on him. Did they have no shame? Do they have no shame at all? And like I said, he got those sycophants running around here. The demons and sycophants, right? Running around with their head up his ass. Ignorant, stupid, clapping. They think the shit up, up his ass is honey. And they drinking that shit and piss that he does in the bag. That's wine and honey. Because most of them are demons anyway. You see? So that's all coming to an end. Demon Terminus. See? Fire zone out. Okay, brothers and sisters, I think we're going to bring this to a close. See, the time of demons is over. They had their run. They were very successful what they did. They deceive you. See, they got you investing in the American dream, right? Distracting you. So if you invest in the American dream, that means you're not investing in your dream. You're not investing in your vision. It says a nation without vision perish. You're not investing in that. Because they got you, they're telling you, if they tell you you're not going anywhere, that means this is the only game in town. So why not invest in it? Why not try to be the best American you can be? Because you want to be successful for your family and everything, right? It's a big flim flam. You do have a choice. You have Abrahamic covenant. You can invest in that. See, because you're going home. And that's beautiful. Because when you once Master Muhammad goes in action, right, everything's going to be turned in your favor from then on. See? And when you go back home, you're going to be renewed. So you'll be changing a twinkle of an eye. You have so much energy, you're going to start reversing what you call old age. It's going to start reversing, right? You may change a twinkle of an eye. You go back to your youthful self. Oh, this is fantastic. Yes, it is fantastic, but it's true. The scripture, you say you believe in the scriptures, well, then don't believe it, don't. It says you'll be changing a twinkle of an eye. Change to what? So you be like him, like Master Muhammad. When that picture you see of him, he was only 50 years old. You see, he's 50 years old already. He looked like he's about, what, 21? You understand, brothers and sisters? You got a magnificent future, but you letting these people, these demons steal it from you. See, because you got your best American dream, and so the energy that you have to develop yourself and to prepare your nation, right, to go home, you're abusing it, and so you're misusing it, and that's why you suffer all these different things, and you will end up suffering the tribulation and then death. When you could have went back home to the promised land. Oh man, I don't want to go back all that sand. That sand was protected, right? That sand would be blown away. Then there'd be a land of milk and honey, because that soil, that top soil is so thick and so deep that you can almost drop a seed. You don't have to plant, just drop it and it'll grow. Once we blow that sand away, we put that sand in 50,000 years ago to protect it because we knew it was going to return. See, Elijah Muhammad, we have the tape says, you'd be a fool to want to stay here in the land of your imprisonment. But Farrakhan said, we ain't going nowhere. It's our country. So he wants 6 states or whatever. Hope you understand, brothers and sisters. Hope you understand. Demon Terminus. But either way, they're through. See, Suleiman is going to be sitting in that seat in a few more days. It says, then this gospel will be preaching all the world, then the end will come. See, because I got to tell you about the abomination of desolation. I got to tell you about it. So you can recognize it, because it's not hatred. It's destruction of so false Israel, because that's not supposed to happen if they're the true seed of Abraham. It's not supposed to happen. It can't happen. But it does happen. And when it does happen, they realize that we true seed Abraham, and that's the hatred is going to come. Because if we true seed Abraham, then who are they? That's the problem. That's their calculation immediately, because now they're not good people. They're evil people, because they've been oppressing us. This is not the promised land. They was rapists, genocidal maniacs, right? Thieves all over the planet. They came out to steal, kill, and destroy, and that's exactly what they did. So in other words, they can't hide behind, oh, I was doing God's will. This is the promised land. You was Ham. You're born to be slaves. They can't hide behind that lie anymore. They have to come out and realize that they're evil devils, and they're not going to handle that. They're going to go insane. They're going to wipe you out. Hope you understand, bro. We're going to leave it here. Hi, salam alaikum.